this one I'm gonna show you guys how to use volume range profile. Bro, I'm sorry. It's either the quality or the mic audio. There's some shit that's always wrong, but trust, I'm gonna get this shit down so I can be more professional. But we can get into this tutorial now. So most traders, they focus on price, but price alone isn't like the full strategy or the full way to get a reading for the market, because behind every move there's volume. And in this video I'm going to show you how to use volume profile to see exactly where the big money is buying and selling wise. Once you understand this, you're going to stop guessing your entries and start trading with precision, which is what helped me to become a better trader, stop guessing, and more confluence trading, and not just going in blind guessing it's gonna go bullish or bearish. In today's episode, we're gonna break down volume profile from beginner basics to actually using it in real-time trades. So if you're looking at volume profile and thought, oh, it looks a little confusing, this is going to simplify everything for you. Mostly the people in the Discord, because I have mentioned this indicator to the people in the Discord. But so now we're gonna get in depth with it to explain how it's actually used. So essentially, the main question is, what is volume profile? So we can start simple with that. Volume profile shows you how much volume was traded at each price level, not over time like regular volume bars, but at specific prices on the chart. So instead, oh my god, bruh, that's what I'm saying, bro. Fuck. Alright, where was I even at? So instead of just seeing candles move up and down, move up and down, you're seeing where traders are actually placing orders, and that matters because the market moves based on supply and demand. Where there's a lot of trading activity, that becomes an important level, like the second episode of support and resistance. And where there's little activity, price usually moves quick through those areas and just doesn't really react off them and blows past it. And why volume range profile matters. Here's a mistake most traders make. They draw random support and resistance levels, but they don't know if those levels actually matter. Volume profile solves that. It shows you where the market has already proven interest, so instead of guessing your levels, you're using real data. This is why institutions pay attention to these zones, because that's where positions are built. Now I'm going to show you how I would use it. I usually like to place it, so if I'm trading gold, obviously Asia session and New York session are the most volatile in gold, so I would anchor it, for example, just here. And you could see the levels big tapped in here and it rallied up, or it tapped in this level and orders got filled and it rallied down. But I put it in a pretty big chunk. But if I was to go in a smaller time frame, we're going to Tokyo here. You get a better glimpse of this here. So you see an order block here on this level. Price tested it, rallied up, and you can see it made another leg at this price level. It made the ceiling and it came back down, retested the level, rallied back up, came back down to it, retested it one more time, and went back up. So essentially it's playing ping pong off of these levels, which volume range profile can mark out for you. So if we can look at another example. You could see it used down here. Price taps into it, rallies all the way back up and takes these New York and Tokyo highs here. And I can break down the three most important parts. POC, which is point of control. Here, I don't know why I closed it. Point of control, which is the middle one. And that's like the most agreed upon price. Like if everybody came together and agreed upon a price, it would be that. This middle band or line here. Both buyers and sellers were most active here. So what would happen is price keeps coming back to it. As you can tell, it's been just waving in between it. And sometimes if you were to turn on the candles off and use lines, it can make it a little easier to identify trends and whatnot. So price keeps coming back to it. It's like a magnet. Value area high or low. So value area high is this top one, and value area low is this bottom one here. This is your fair value zone. When price is inside this area right here, the market is balanced. No clear direction. But when price breaks outside of this, that's when imbalance happens. And that's where trends start. High volume nodes versus low volume nodes. These act like strong support and resistance. Price tends to slow down in these areas. Low volume nodes are thin areas. So like any time you hear low volume or high volume price of action or whatever towards price volume range, it's this top one is high and this low one is low volume range, high volume range, and then POC. So just don't forget that, so you can get down like the trading lingo or whatever. And these are like air pockets. Price moves fast through them, so when price enters a low volume node, you can expect to catch like momentum in the price action. Now this is the main part where traders start to separate themselves. The market moves between balance and imbalances. Balance inside volume areas and imbalance outside of value areas. So instead of reacting emotionally, you're reading what the market is doing. Is it consolidating or expanding? Volume profile makes that like so much more clear to know, the key levels and how the market's gonna expand or like contract in these areas. Now, if I was to actually trade this, it would be, so setup one would be mean reversion, fade trade. When price moves outside these value areas, there's a high chance it returns back to it. Above volume area high, look for shorts. So you can see it's above this volume area high and it's shorted. You could have shorted this and it probably would have been like a 2 to 4 hour trade here. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I gotta go do something real quick, grab some water and stuff. So like I was saying, when price is at value area highs, you can look for shorts. So as you can tell here, top band volume area high, shorts. It just dumped down. And vice versa, volume area lows, look for longs. As you can tell here, stayed under volume area lows for a bit and then it went back up. So an example for a trade like this, so we're gonna put together the last things I've been teaching you guys in the last few episodes. So what you can see here, if I were to break this down, tested this area here, had a reaction and it came and tested it back. So you could have had an entry off this one, and if you mark out support and resistance levels, could have been your stop losses or whatever. You could have, if you wanted to risk more, you could have had it all the way up here, which honestly wouldn't be too logical for me, but I would have done more something like this. And you always want to have your here, let me zoom in more. You always want to have your stop loss slightly above your support and resistance level, because sometimes it's in a tap above it and then come back down, and you don't want it exactly on there, because if it taps it, then you're obviously out the trade. And you could have targeted maybe this volume area low here, and that's like a 1 of 4 risk to reward there. Or you could have had multiple take profits, so it could have been this level, it could have been the value area low, it could have been some of these levels over here. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying with that? So your target is usually a POC, because price wants to return to this fair value, or the price agreed upon. And a setup 2 would be acceptance and breakouts. Now this is important because not every move returns. If price breaks outside of value and stays there, that's an acceptance. That means new value is being created, which could be like a new support and resistance level. That means value is being created there. So now holding above value area high, look for longs. Holding below value area low, look for shorts. You're trading with momentum now. Using volume profile, you're trading with momentum, which is a big part of the order flow concept I teach in the Discord. So moving on to another setup number 3 that you could use off of this. So now we have setup 1, which is volume area low, look for longs, which is pretty much here. Volume area high, you could look for shorts. And setup number 2 is if you see it holding under this level for a while, volume area low or high, then you can continue to take a continuation trade, which would be just following the trend, like the one I was teaching. Like the one I was teaching with VWAP, when you see it bouncing off that top or bottom band over and over again, creating a trend. Alright, so now setup number 3, this is the one where a lot of beginners miss. If price enters a low volume area, it usually moves quickly to the next volume area. So like ping ponging. So instead of taking small profits, you can hold for larger moves, because there's nothing slowing down the price. Now here's how you really level up with combining other tools and indicators, etc. Don't use volume profile alone. Combine it with VWAP, previous highs and lows, and support and resistance. If multiple things line up at the same price, that's called a confluence. It's called a fucking consider taking this trade, essentially. And that's where the highest probability trades happen. So if I was to anchor a VWAP, at 18, you can see here. Let me delete this, because let me zoom in all the way actually. And zoom in. You can see here, yellow band VWAP lines up with the value area high, and watch what happens. It rallies down, and it continues to stay under this low band of VWAP, creating this downtrend. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Creating a downtrend that you could have entered off continuations or whatever. And I want you guys to comment, like, should I go more into depth, or am I going too much into depth? Like, just let me know, because like I'm not, you feel me, I'm not really like a certified teacher yet. I'm just trying my best to explain stuff. So a lot of common mistakes with this one is, number 1, don't trade every level. Wait for a good confirmation. Don't rush a trade. Like I've been telling you guys, wait for a game plan. You don't want to just go in there blind and shit. Like, you're just gonna, it doesn't go well. Number 2, don't ignore the context. You can't ignore the context. The market is trending or ranging. You can't just ignore things and then just take a setup. If your setup isn't there, then you don't take it. That's just, the best traders don't force trades. The best traders can sit on their hands and not force random trades that they're losing profits from, like yesterday's winning day, for example. That matters the most to me. And number 3, don't overcomplicate it. Focus on price of action, value your high, and structure. That's it. That's all you need for now. You don't need to go any more than that. Those 3 building blocks are pretty good to get a good idea of how the market moves and works. And it's a pretty good, simple strategy. So at the end of the day, volume profile shows you where the market actually cares. And when you understand that, you stop trading randomly. I can't say this enough. Don't take blind trades. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. They don't help you in any way, because if you were to take a random trade and you lose, you lose or you win, you don't even know why you lost or you won, because you didn't even follow your setup. So you don't know where to fix your mistakes from, because you don't even know why the fuck you went in. Every time you take a trade, imagine Huncho's behind you, looking over your shoulder, and about to ask you, give me 3 good reasons why you took this trade. If you can't do that, then don't take the trade. And when you understand that, you stop losing, you start seeing more consistency, more winning days, and that's the whole goal. You start trading with a purpose. If this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode, which I'm probably going to record tomorrow morning after New York session. I will be live every single day. I'm live every single day. Usually New York PM. I don't really like MNQ right now because of all the Warren stuff, but I am almost guaranteed live every single day Asia session, unless I die or some shit. Alright, pieces. Comment down below what I can do better, what you took away. If the audio's better, if the quality's better, let me know. Alright, boys, take care.